Okay, now let's talk about paradoxes. Paradoxes in the time travel universe. First, a paradox by definition is a statement that leads to a self-contradictory or a logically unacceptable conclusion. A paradox involves contradictory yet interrelated elements that exist simultaneously and persists over time. But let's explain this better with the grandfather paradox, a paradox that happens in a time travel universe. Let's make this a timeline. Let's go back, no infinity back, but to the Big Bang. Say there, infinity there is the Big Bang, and there it's where we are, the present, and there this arrow is the time flow that only goes forward, and that's you. Okay? In this world, you have a time machine. Let's build your time machine. Okay, you lay down there and go back in the time and make things. It needs a lever to turn it on. Okay, that's your time machine and that's you. In the timeline, let's say there is your young grandpa, like 18 years old grandpa. And he has a hat. Grandpa. Okay, and there is your 18 years old father. He has a hat too, a different one. Father. Okay. And let's say you wanna do some things and you enter in your time machine and go back to the past and met your grandpa. But accidentally you kill him. Oh, that's a bad thing, but it can happen. Your grandpa is killed. So, your father will never be born. Okay? Your grandpa will never met your grandmother, and your father will never be born. If your father will never been born, you also never been born. And if you never been born, who came back to the past and killed your grandfather, I mean? No one. So he's alive. And your father is alive too. And you is also alive. But if you are alive, you can go back to the past and kill your grandpa. So he is killed, and that's a loop. That's a paradox. A thing that's going to happen all the time, infinitely. A loop. Never stop. A paradox. A self-contradictory thing. What can we obtain about that? One thing, guys. We can obtain one thing. Never, ever mess with time. Okay? That's a bad thing. Never, ever mess with time.